Have you ever wondered if the Bible holds timeless secrets for achieving true financial success? In a world driven by material gain, King Solomon, the wisest and wealthiest man in history, offers us profound guidance. His words in Proverbs 8 verse 18 remind us, "Riches and honor are with me, enduring wealth and righteousness." Today, we delve into these sacred principles, uncovering how faith, wisdom, and righteous living can lead us to lasting prosperity. This is not just about making money, this is about living a life aligned with God's purpose. Imagine the freedom of financial independence rooted in faith, where every decision reflects divine wisdom. Picture a life where wealth serves your mission, empowers others, and honors God's glory. In this video, we will explore the biblical keys to unlocking wealth, practical insights into managing money, living generously, and breaking free from financial limitations. From Solomon's profound teachings to Jesus' message of stewardship, these lessons will inspire and transform you. And the best part? At the end of this journey, I will share a prayer practice, rooted in faith, that can help align your heart and finances with God's perfect plan. So, stay with me. Together, we will learn how to embrace wisdom over worry, abundance over scarcity, and purpose over profit. Don't miss this opportunity to transform not just your financial life, but your spiritual path as well. If you believe this message resonates with you, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to Christian Philosophy Daily. Your support helps spread these life-changing teachings to more people seeking guidance and hope. Let's begin this journey together, walking in faith and discovering the prosperity that God intends for each of us. Understanding wealth through the lens of the Bible. Wealth, this word often stirs visions of grandeur, sprawling estates, luxury vehicles, and overflowing bank accounts. But does this reflect the true meaning of wealth? When we turn to the Bible, a much deeper and more enduring concept emerges. In Proverbs 8 verse 18, King Solomon imparts timeless wisdom, "Riches and honor are with me, enduring wealth and righteousness." These words, spoken by the wisest man in history, challenge our modern assumptions. They beckon us to look beyond the material and embrace a divine understanding of what it means to be truly wealthy. The biblical definition of wealth. At the heart of biblical teachings lies a profound truth: wealth is not defined by what you possess but by the values you uphold. Solomon's words speak of enduring wealth, riches that withstand the test of time. Unlike fleeting financial gain, this type of wealth is grounded in righteousness and honor. It is wealth that carries eternal value, unaffected by economic downturns or worldly instability. Consider the difference between the world's view of wealth and the Bible's perspective. In our modern world, wealth is often equated with self-indulgence, power, and prestige. Accumulating more becomes the goal, with little regard for the means by which it is obtained or its ultimate purpose. Yet, in God's eyes, wealth is a responsibility, a tool given to us not for personal glory but to fulfill His purposes. Solomon's enduring wealth comes not from amassing gold or jewels but from living a life aligned with God's principles. Wealth, as described in the Bible, encompasses spiritual wisdom, ethical behavior, and the capacity to bless others. It is a reflection of one's relationship with God and a testament to divine favor. Breaking misconceptions about money. One of the most misquoted phrases in history is, "Money is the root of all evil." This distorted idea has led many to view financial success as inherently sinful. However, the actual verse in 1 Timothy 6 verse 10 clarifies, "The love of money is the root of all evil." This distinction is not trivial, it is foundational. Money, in itself, is neutral. It is a tool, no more virtuous or malevolent than the intentions of the person using it. The danger lies in allowing money to become an idol. When the love of money overtakes our lives, it replaces God as the center of our hearts. This misplaced affection breeds greed, corruption, and dissatisfaction. As Solomon himself warns in Ecclesiastes 5 verse 10, "Whoever loves money never has enough, whoever loves wealth is never satisfied." This too is meaningless. On the other hand, when money is used as a servant rather than a master, it becomes a powerful force for good. Through money, we can provide for our families, extend generosity to those in need, and support the work of God's kingdom. It becomes a vehicle for righteousness rather than a barrier to it. Solomon's wisdom teaches us that wealth pursued with a heart aligned to God's principles yields not just material blessings but spiritual fulfillment. Joseph, a biblical example of financial stewardship. To see this principle in action, we turn to the inspiring story of Joseph. His journey from a betrayed brother sold into slavery to Pharaoh's trusted advisor is one of faith, resilience, and divine purpose. Joseph's life exemplifies how financial stewardship, guided by God's wisdom, can transform not only an individual's destiny but the well-being of an entire nation. Joseph's rise to power came during a time of abundance followed by looming famine. As Pharaoh's right-hand man, Joseph was tasked with managing Egypt's resources during 7 years of plenty. He did not squander these blessings on extravagance or self-enrichment. Instead, he stored the surplus grain with foresight and discipline, preparing the nation for the years of scarcity ahead. When famine struck, Joseph's prudent management ensured that Egypt had enough to sustain its people and even provide for neighboring nations. His wisdom and faith turned material resources into instruments of salvation. His leadership saved countless lives, including those of his own family, who came seeking refuge during the famine. Joseph's story is a shining example of wealth as a tool for fulfilling God's purpose. It reminds us that the resources entrusted to us are not for hoarding but for stewarding. Through Joseph, we see that financial prosperity, when guided by faith, can glorify God and bring blessings to others. Wealth as a reflection of righteousness. These biblical lessons compel us to ask important questions about our own lives. What does wealth mean to us? Are we using our financial blessings to serve God's purposes, or are we chasing personal gain at the expense of our spiritual health? Solomon's teachings challenge us to redefine success. Wealth is not an end in itself, it is a means to a higher purpose. When we align our financial decisions with God's principles, wealth becomes a reflection of righteousness. It serves as a testament to His provision and grace. This enduring wealth is not bound by bank accounts or possessions. It is measured by the impact we leave on others, the faith we live out, and the honor we bring to God. Let us remember the wisdom of Proverbs 8 verse 18, "Riches and honor are with me, enduring wealth and righteousness." These words are an invitation to live with purpose, to see our financial resources as tools for good, and to trust in God's plan for our prosperity. By embracing this perspective, we can break free from the chains of materialism and step into a life of true abundance. Wealth, when aligned with God's will, is no longer a fleeting possession. It becomes a legacy of faith, generosity, and enduring impact, riches not just for this world but for eternity. Core principles of biblical prosperity. In our pursuit of financial success, we often focus on strategies, investments, and outcomes. Yet, the Bible offers a deeper and more enduring perspective on wealth, one that intertwines financial stewardship with spiritual growth. The core principles of biblical prosperity, rooted in Scripture, invite us to not only rethink the way we manage money but to align our financial lives with God's eternal purpose. Each principle, profound and timeless, acts as a guide toward true and lasting abundance. Principle number 1: manage finances as God's stewards. At the foundation of biblical prosperity lies the acknowledgement that everything we have belongs to God. Psalm 24 verse 1 reminds us, "The earth is the Lord's, and everything in it." This truth reframes our role from owners of wealth to stewards of divine resources. As stewards, we are entrusted with God's gifts, not for selfish gain but for the fulfillment of His will. Stewardship is both a privilege and a responsibility. It calls us to manage finances with diligence, gratitude, and integrity. This mindset liberates us from the burden of ownership and transforms financial decisions into acts of worship. Instead of asking, "What can I gain?" we begin to ask, "How can I use these blessings to glorify God and serve others?" Consider the parable of the talents in Matthew 25 verses 14 to 30. The servants who wisely invested their master's resources were rewarded, while the one who buried his talent out of fear faced reprimand. This parable teaches us that stewardship is not passive, it requires action, initiative, and faith. When we manage our finances as stewards, we honor God and multiply His blessings in the world. Principle number 2, save and invest wisely. The Bible emphasizes the importance of preparation and foresight in financial matters. Proverbs 21 verse 20 states, "The wise store up choice food and olive oil, but fools gulp theirs down." Saving is not about hoarding wealth for selfish purposes, it is about planning for the future with wisdom and responsibility. Saving reflects trust in God's provision while acknowledging the uncertainties of life. Emergencies, unexpected challenges, and even opportunities require financial readiness. A person who saves demonstrates discipline, self-control, and a commitment to stewardship. It is not the amount saved that matters but the heart and wisdom behind the practice. Investment, as an extension of saving, is a proactive way to grow the resources God has entrusted to us. The parable of the talents highlights the virtue of wise investment. The servants who doubled their master's money were commended for their faithfulness and initiative. This principle teaches us to avoid complacency and seek ways to maximize the potential of our resources. However, investment also requires discernment. It is not merely about chasing profits but ensuring that our financial decisions align with biblical principles. Ethical investments, which honor God and benefit others, reflect the integrity of a true steward. Principle number 3, achieve financial freedom by avoiding debt. Debt, when mismanaged, becomes a heavy burden that enslaves and restricts. Proverbs 22 verse 7 warns us, "The borrower is servant to the lender." This vivid metaphor underscores the spiritual and practical implications of debt. It limits our freedom to serve God fully and can lead to stress, dependency, and strained relationships. The Bible does not condemn all forms of debt but cautions against borrowing beyond our means. Responsible borrowing, such as for education or a home, can be a wise investment when approached with caution and foresight. However, impulsive or excessive debt leads to servitude, as financial obligations overshadow our ability to focus on God's mission. Achieving financial freedom involves living within our means, practicing contentment, and prioritizing needs over wants. Paul's words in Philippians 4 verses 12 to 13 provide a powerful reminder, "I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation. I can do all this through Him who gives me strength." Contentment allows us to break free from the cycle of consumerism and find joy in simplicity. To reduce debt, we must adopt a disciplined approach to budgeting, prioritize paying off high-interest obligations, and avoid new debts. Financial freedom not only relieves stress but also empowers us to give generously, serve others, and focus on God's calling. Principle number 4, practice generosity and giving. Generosity lies at the heart of biblical prosperity. Jesus teaches in Luke 6 verse 38, "Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will be poured into your lap." This divine principle reveals that blessings flow from a generous heart. Giving is not merely an act of charity, it is an act of worship and a reflection of God's character. God is the ultimate giver, providing us with life, grace, and every good gift. When we give, we mirror His generosity and participate in His work of redemption and restoration. The widow's offering in Mark 12 verses 41 to 44 exemplifies the spirit of giving. Though her contribution was small, it was given with faith, love, and sacrifice. Her act of generosity glorified God and demonstrated that giving is not about the amount but the heart behind it. Generosity also cultivates gratitude and breaks the hold of materialism. It shifts our focus from what we lack to what we can share. Whether through tithing, supporting missions, or helping those in need, giving enriches both the giver and the receiver, creating a ripple effect of blessings. Principle number 5, be patient and invest for the long term. Patience is a virtue that is essential in both financial and spiritual growth. Ecclesiastes 11 verses 1 to 2 advises, "Ship your grain across the sea, after many days you may receive a return. Invest in 7 ventures, yes, in 8, you do not know what disaster may come upon the land." These verses highlight the importance of diversification, preparation, and long-term thinking. Investing for the long term requires trust in God's provision and faith in the process. Just as a farmer waits for the harvest, we must be patient as we nurture and grow our investments. This principle extends beyond finances to relationships, skills, and personal growth. Patience allows us to withstand setbacks, learn from experiences, and remain steadfast in our goals. Diversification, as emphasized in Ecclesiastes, is a practical way to manage risk and build resilience. By spreading our efforts across multiple ventures, we ensure stability even in uncertain times. This approach, combined with patience, transforms challenges into opportunities and fosters sustainable growth. Principle number 6, integrate faith into financial decisions. Faith is the compass that guides every aspect of our lives, including finances. Decisions rooted in faith reflect trust in God's wisdom and alignment with His will. Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6 reminds us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding, in all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." Faith in financial decisions goes beyond prayer, it involves discernment, integrity, and surrender. Before making financial choices, we must ask, does this honor God? Does it align with His purpose? Does it serve others? By prioritizing these questions, we ensure that our decisions reflect His character and values. Faith also teaches us to hold wealth with open hands. We recognize that money is temporary, but the impact of our actions is eternal. When we integrate faith into finances, we experience growth that is both spiritual and material, ensuring that prosperity serves God's kingdom rather than personal ambition. A path toward lasting prosperity. The core principles of biblical prosperity offer a transformative approach to managing finances. They teach us to view wealth not as an end but as a means, a sacred trust that calls us to honor God, bless others, and grow in righteousness. Through stewardship, saving, generosity, patience, and faith, we align our financial lives with God's eternal purpose. When we apply these lessons, we experience a prosperity that transcends material gain. We find joy in responsibility, freedom in discipline, and fulfillment in generosity. Most importantly, we reflect God's glory in all that we do, leaving a legacy of faith, hope, and love. By embracing these principles, we walk the path of true and lasting abundance, guided by the wisdom of Scripture and the grace of God. Developing an entrepreneurial mindset. The Bible, a source of timeless wisdom, speaks profoundly to the concept of diligence, creativity, and resourcefulness. In Proverbs 6 verses 6 to 8, Solomon writes, "Go to the ant, you sluggard, consider its ways and be wise. It has no commander, no overseer or ruler, yet it stores its provisions in summer and gathers its food at harvest." This simple analogy reveals a powerful truth about entrepreneurship, the necessity of taking initiative, planning ahead, and working diligently toward a purpose. Entrepreneurship in the Bible, the lessons of the ant. The ant is an extraordinary example of God's design, demonstrating the virtues of discipline and foresight. Without external compulsion, it acts with purpose, ensuring its survival and preparing for future challenges. This parallels the entrepreneurial spirit, a mindset that combines self-motivation, innovation, and a focus on long-term goals. Entrepreneurship, in its essence, is not confined to owning a business. It's about taking control of your resources, seeking opportunities, and using your God-given talents to create something meaningful. This mindset aligns perfectly with biblical teachings, encouraging us to break free from dependency and embrace proactive living. The entrepreneurial mindset fosters a sense of purpose and responsibility. Just as the ant does not wait for others to provide, a true entrepreneur does not rely solely on external factors for success. Instead, they cultivate their skills, take calculated risks, and trust God's guidance throughout the journey. By embodying the diligence of the ant, we honor God through our work and reflect His glory in our pursuits. The importance of diversified income streams. One of the greatest lessons from the entrepreneurial mindset is the need to diversify. Relying on a single source of income creates vulnerability. Ecclesiastes 11 verse 2 advises, invest in 7 ventures, yes, in 8, you do not know what disaster may come upon the land. This wisdom highlights the importance of spreading risk and building stability through multiple income streams. Diversification is not just a financial strategy, it is a way of thinking. It encourages adaptability, resilience, and creativity. In today's world, having multiple sources of income offers security in the face of economic uncertainties. Whether it's a side business, investments, or freelance work, each stream contributes to a stronger financial foundation. Imagine a farmer who plants different crops instead of relying solely on one. If one crop fails due to unforeseen circumstances, the others ensure the farmer's livelihood. Similarly, by cultivating diverse income streams, we safeguard ourselves against unforeseen setbacks and create opportunities for growth. Diversification also reflects God's design for abundance. He has given each of us unique talents and resources, calling us to use them fully. By embracing this principle, we not only secure our financial stability but also multiply our impact, serving others in new and innovative ways. A modern success story inspired by biblical principles. The power of the entrepreneurial mindset, combined with biblical wisdom, is vividly illustrated in the story of Sarah, a modern-day entrepreneur who transformed her life by applying these timeless principles. Sarah, a single mother facing financial struggles, found inspiration in Proverbs and began her journey toward financial independence. Starting with limited resources, Sarah identified her passion for baking and decided to turn it into a source of income. She started small, selling homemade goods at local markets. Guided by the biblical principle of diligence, she committed herself to producing quality products and building relationships with her customers. However, Sarah didn't stop there. Embracing the concept of diversification, she expanded her offerings to include catering services and baking classes. Each new venture not only increased her income but also allowed her to reach different segments of the community. By diversifying, she built a business that could withstand fluctuations in demand and adapt to changing circumstances. Throughout her journey, Sarah relied on prayer and faith to guide her decisions. She saw her business not just as a means to provide for her family but as a way to glorify God and serve others. Her story is a testament to the transformative power of aligning financial pursuits with biblical principles. Today, Sarah's business thrives, providing her with financial security and a platform to bless others. She regularly donates a portion of her profits to local charities and mentors aspiring entrepreneurs, embodying the principle of generosity outlined in Luke 6 verse 38, "Give, and it will be given to you." Her success is not just measured in monetary terms but in the positive impact she has made on her community. The path to entrepreneurial prosperity. The entrepreneurial mindset, rooted in biblical wisdom, is not about chasing wealth for its own sake. It is about using the talents and resources God has entrusted to us to create opportunities, bless others, and fulfill His purpose. By adopting this mindset, we embrace a life of diligence, creativity, and faith. To develop an entrepreneurial spirit, begin by reflecting on your God-given gifts. What skills or passions can you use to create value? Take inspiration from the ant's diligence and Solomon's wisdom, planning your steps with prayerful discernment. Seek opportunities to diversify your efforts, trusting that God will guide you toward stability and abundance. Remember, the journey of entrepreneurship is not without challenges. There will be moments of uncertainty and setbacks. Yet, these trials are opportunities to strengthen your faith and refine your character. As Proverbs 24 verse 16 reminds us, though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again. Resilience, guided by faith, is the cornerstone of lasting success. By embracing the principles of diligence, diversification, and faith, you can build a life of purpose and impact. Like Sarah, your efforts can become a testimony of God's provision and grace, inspiring others to pursue their own paths with courage and conviction. Entrepreneurship, when guided by biblical teachings, is not just a way to achieve financial independence, it is a way to live out God's calling and glorify Him in all that you do. Let these lessons inspire you to step forward with faith, creativity, and a heart ready to serve. The journey may be challenging, but the rewards, both spiritual and material, are a reflection of God's abundant blessings. Start today, and trust that He will guide you every step of the way. Embracing challenges and cultivating perseverance. Life is an unending series of challenges. Some arrive as gentle ripples, while others crash over us like relentless waves. These moments test our resolve, our faith, and our ability to adapt. Yet, within every challenge lies the seed of opportunity. The Bible, in its timeless wisdom, invites us to approach adversity not as insurmountable obstacles but as divine opportunities for growth and transformation. Turning challenges into opportunities. Adversity often feels like a setback, but in God's plan, it can be the very thing that propels us forward. Proverbs 24 verse 10 states, "If you falter in a time of trouble, how small is your strength?" These words challenge us to rise above difficulties with faith and determination. Instead of viewing challenges as barriers, we are called to see them as stepping stones toward greater blessings. Consider the story of Job, a man who endured profound loss and suffering yet remained steadfast in his faith. Despite losing his wealth, health, and family, Job did not waver in his trust in God's sovereignty. His story reminds us that trials are not punishments but opportunities for God to reveal His power and purpose in our lives. In the end, Job's faith was rewarded with restoration and blessings far beyond what he had before. In the modern world, stories of resilience abound. Take Thomas Edison, who famously failed thousands of times before inventing the electric light bulb. Edison once remarked, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His relentless pursuit of success, despite repeated setbacks, reflects the biblical principle of perseverance. Like Edison, we are called to face challenges with creativity, faith, and an unwavering belief that God is guiding our path. When faced with difficulties, ask yourself, what is God teaching me through this? Embrace adversity as an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and closer to Him. Trust that even in the darkest moments, God's light is at work, shaping you into the person He created you to be. The power of perseverance and faith. Perseverance is more than just enduring hardships, it is the active pursuit of hope and purpose in the face of adversity. Proverbs 13 verse 4 teaches, "Those who work hard will prosper." This verse reminds us that success is not granted overnight but earned through dedication and effort. Perseverance transforms dreams into reality, turning potential into tangible results. Faith and perseverance are deeply intertwined. Without faith, perseverance falters under the weight of discouragement. Without perseverance, faith remains untested and undeveloped. Together, they form an unbreakable bond that empowers us to overcome even the greatest challenges. In the Bible, we see countless examples of perseverance fueled by faith. Consider Paul, who faced imprisonment, persecution, and countless hardships in his mission to spread the gospel. Despite these trials, he declared in 2 Corinthians 4 verses 8-9, "We are hard-pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not abandoned, struck down, but not destroyed." Paul's unwavering commitment to his calling is a testament to the strength that comes from trusting in God's promises. Perseverance requires action. It means continuing to plant seeds even when the harvest seems distant. It means staying committed to your goals, even when progress feels slow. It means trusting that God's timing is perfect, even when the wait tests your patience. Practical steps to build perseverance. Focus on God's promises. Anchor your perseverance in the assurance of God's faithfulness. Meditate on scriptures that remind you of His plans for your good, such as Jeremiah 29 verse 11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Break goals into manageable steps. Large challenges can feel overwhelming, but breaking them into smaller, achievable tasks makes them more manageable. Celebrate progress, no matter how small, and use it as motivation to keep moving forward. Surround yourself with encouragement. Seek out a community of believers who can support, encourage, and pray for you during difficult times. Their faith and testimony can inspire you to stay strong and persevere. Pray for strength and guidance. Perseverance is not a solo effort. Lean on God through prayer, asking Him to equip you with the strength, wisdom, and courage to press on. Trust that He will provide what you need to succeed. Reflect on past victories. Remember the times when God has brought you through previous challenges. Reflecting on His faithfulness in the past can strengthen your resolve to face current struggles. Perseverance, the key to unlocking God's blessings. Adversity is inevitable, but it is through perseverance that we unlock the fullness of God's blessings. Every trial is an opportunity to grow in character, deepen our faith, and prepare for greater responsibilities. As James 1 verse 12 assures us, "Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial because, having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love Him." Let challenges refine you rather than define you. Allow perseverance to shape you into a person who embodies faith, resilience, and hope. Trust that every step, no matter how small or difficult, is part of God's greater plan for your life. As you continue on this journey, remember that perseverance is not the absence of struggle but the triumph of faith over fear. It is the quiet confidence that God is working all things together for your good. Embrace the process, and know that with each challenge you overcome, you are becoming the person God designed you to be. Embrace biblical wisdom for lasting prosperity. As we conclude this journey through the timeless principles of biblical prosperity, let us reflect on the profound truths we've uncovered. From understanding the true meaning of wealth to embracing the entrepreneurial mindset, from practicing generosity to persevering through challenges, the Bible offers a roadmap to lasting abundance, an abundance rooted not just in material riches but in spiritual fulfillment and alignment with God's purpose. King Solomon's wisdom reminds us that enduring wealth comes through righteousness, diligence, and faith. As Proverbs 8 verse 18 declares, "Riches and honor are with me, enduring wealth and righteousness." These words invite us to shift our perspective on money, from a pursuit of fleeting satisfaction to a tool for fulfilling God's calling in our lives. By managing our finances as stewards, saving and investing wisely, and giving with open hearts, we honor the Creator of all things. Challenges are inevitable, but perseverance, guided by faith, transforms them into stepping stones toward God's greater plan. Proverbs 13 verse 4 assures us, "Those who work hard will prosper." Let this be your encouragement as you take bold steps to align your financial life with biblical wisdom. If today's message has inspired you, consider sharing your experiences in the comments below. How has faith shaped your perspective on finances? How do you apply these principles in your daily life? Your testimony could inspire others to embark on their own journey of faith and financial transformation. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Christian Philosophy Daily for more insights into living a life of purpose and abundance. Together, let us build a community of faith, wisdom, and generosity. May God bless you richly as you walk the path of His divine wisdom and enduring prosperity.